Hello there. I'm just having a little early morning fish here in Verdania. Welcome to episode 2. I'm trying hard to not do anything too interesting when I'm not recording, so not too much has changed around here. I have done quite a lot of fishing because I love fishing. I'm using a couple of fishing mods, aquaculture and Tide. Tide actually, by default, adds a little mini game where you have to, like a little bar goes backwards and forwards, like you may have seen in some other fishing games, and you have to hit the button when it's in the right spot. I disabled that because fishing is my relaxing thing in Minecraft, and sometimes I like to just mindlessly fish. Well, not mindlessly, but you know what I mean. Relaxing. And so you get. I'm getting fish from Tide. I'm getting vanilla fish. I'm getting fish from aquaculture. And I've built myself a little boat because I am going to go exploring. Not right now, but I need to find a suitable spot for my mine colony. Now, if we head over here, I'm going to go over some really, really basic stuff, which many of you will be ridiculously familiar with, but not all my friends who are joining me here are especially experienced in the ways of Minecraft, so I will just show you. I set up a furnace for cooking my fish, and some planks in there. The only metal I've found so far is tin, but fortunately in this setup you can make hoppers out of tin. And the hopper is a gadget that you can basically put things inside it here, and it will automatically send it down into the furnace, into the empty slots. And when you've got lots of different sorts of fish, that's really useful. A hopper will also suck out things out of the chest, so just in case I need more than 5 slots, just in case I have more than 5 sorts of fish, I've put a chest on top as well. Now, not all fish that I'm catching actually all turn into the same thing. Salmon obviously turn into cooked salmon, so you want to only be doing things that turn into cooked fish, and that would be the mint carp, the pike, the tide bluegill, the tide trout, the perch, the bass, and no, that's aquaculture. Aquaculture fish require a little more processing, so I'm just popping them in my fish box for now. I've already cooked some salmon. I fished that crate out when fishing as well. It was quite handy. Came with some simple bits of resources. I've built a bed. Now, what else did I want to talk about today? I want to talk about spawns, but I do also want to explain JEI a little bit. In vanilla Minecraft, you've got your recipe book. We do away with that in modded Minecraft generally, and instead we have this thing on the right, which is called Just Enough Information, I think, JEI. Oh, no thank you. I'm sorry, I've lost my train of thought now. Somebody was asking me to come and play with them on their stream, which is an odd thing to do when you're streaming yourself. Anyway, yes, I was talking about spawns. And JEI, there we go. That's the ADHD. My brain will scatter in any direction. I'll given half a chance. So yes, we've got this thing on the right. Basically, every single item there is available. Now, if you want to actually know what you can use something for instance, this stick. If you mouse over it and hit U, then it'll show you all the uses and along the top of the various machines that you'd use to do it. Otherwise, you can also hit R for the recipes to make something. For instance, the recipe to make cooked salmon is pretty much to just get the raw salmon and stick it in a smelter or an oven or whatever. Finally, I will show you this particular recipe, share, because I've made wooden shares. This mod pack allows wooden shares. So basically, there's if you do it through the crafting machine, as I just did, then you just hit oak shears, and then you can hit move items, which automatically moves them into the crafting block, and Bob's your uncle. So that's how where I've been getting all my wool, because there's some sheep around here. Now, spawn caps, as you've probably experienced in a normal Minecraft setup, there are various categories of mob. You got your monsters, you got your creatures, you got your ambience, you got your water ambience, you got your other water one, and I think there's another one. I think axolotls have their own category. And normally, creatures such as these only really spawn when you generate the chunks. That's because the creature cap is 10. And that's for the entire area around your character. So it's usually full. And also, the creatures spawn much, much less often than monsters. Because obviously, as you've seen, when it gets dark, monsters pop up all over the place. Creatures spawn much, much less. However, there are mods that allow you to change the caps. And if you whack the creature cap up high enough, they will actually start respawning. And that's a wonderful thing if you like creatures. I'm a little concerned about that giant grasshopper. I don't know whether that would try to murder me or not, so I've been leaving it alone. And we've got a little... you may have noticed there's quite a lot of Japanese stuff in this particular setup I've got, because I'm planning on... Mine Colonies has a new Japanese creature set. So not creature set, building set that I'm gonna. So I've got some Japanese armor and stuff for putting on my guards, and Japanese food, just for fun. But yeah, so if you basically, you can also make the game easier by reducing the monster cap, because it's normally 70, but that includes stuff down. That includes stuff all the way down to the bedrock. But if you reduce it from 70 to 50 or 60, then you'll get less monsters. And some people like it that way. I mean, you can reduce it to 0 if you like. For a very, very peaceful situation. Of course, not all creatures are safe to be around. I mean, tigers and leopards will still turn up in... count as creatures. I'm just wandering over just to show you my friend PVH arrived and has been busier than I have, to be honest, and actually has some talent at building buildings. So is already making herself a little home over here by the flower forest. I think it's only a temporary one before she finds somewhere to build a mine colony, but it's all going quite nicely. Hello, trader. So yeah, I really like creatures, animals. I love animals, so I like to. I've whacked the creature cap up, I think, to 60, which is enough. You need to whack it up a fair amount because just the way it is, and then you will eventually start. You will get creatures respawning. That's crude oil, which I'm not going to fall in, but I'm going to enjoy digging out. I can absolutely share my mod pack with you if you like. Oh, hello. I've not seen one of these before. What is it? A bookworm. Oh, I believe these can enchant things for you if you do the right, if you know what you're doing. I haven't really read into it. I shall leave it alone anyway. And of course, we've got these chocobo-like creatures. I'm not actually using Chococraft for once because I think the current versions are a little bit buggy. But this fella from Tameable Beasts is very chocobo-like. See the sheep. Anyway, I think that's. What else did I want to make sure my friends know about today? So there's peanuts there. If I just grab my hoe, you can plant them. I've planted some peanuts down by the river. Oh, we're back at the spawn point. And some wild oats, which I could also plant if I wanted to. I should probably, and I grabbed some sugarcane and have that growing away now as well. Oh, a little sleeping ferret. That's so cute. There we go. There he is. Yeah, tiny weeny little farm of peanuts and barley. We Brits like our barley. Anyway, this should now have a nice. I mean, I already had some fish in there, but it's devoured all the fish I stuck in it and cooked them up for me. The hopper is a wonderful. I mean, it's vanilla. There's nothing complex going on here, but it's a very useful bit of kit when you've not got when I haven't got all my thermal pipes and things going on. Yeah, I don't know where I'd put it. I mean, it's not a work of genius, but it gets the job done. The mod, if I release it, if it's just mods I like in particular. Oh, I think I might. Oh, actually got quite a few skeletons over there. Oh, let's see how this goes. I'm generally pretty good at circling around. Ow! And there was a creeper. No, this isn't going well at all. Run away. And never run in a straight line. That's not helping. Because I haven't got any glass in there, so they could actually shoot me through there as well. But they probably won't. Oh, I guess I'll put some of my ill-gotten gains away. But yeah, there's my. I've used 5 tin ingots for the hopper, and I've got another 5. You can't do too much with. It's always worth looking to see what you can do with tin and copper before using any iron you've got. Obviously, I've not got any iron yet, so I was very very pleased to see I could make a hopper with the tin. But you can't do much with else with it except make bronze, which is so much better. But I need some copper for that. And let's have a little nap. Oh, I should probably eat something as well. I actually have far better food than that. There we go. And maybe avenge myself on some skeletons if they haven't burned up yet. Or they just despawned. That's the other difference between creatures and monsters. Monsters generally despawn once you're a certain distance away, or on a multiplayer server, once everyone's a certain distance away. Whereas creatures, they're permanent until they die. Mostly, there are exceptions in both categories. For instance. That boss is still underneath our house, sealed away. And this fellow's a sort of exception, because he spawned in being ridden by a skeleton. Skeleton's a monster, and you'd think this zombie horse is also a monster, but it hasn't despawned, and you can in fact ride it. Whee! Thank you. So I may actually keep him. No, I'm not really not. I mean, he seems remarkably friendly for a zombie. So why not? Oh, I do talk too loud on when I'm doing this. I've set up a thing so it should be showing when somebody uses the chat. It should be turning up on the right hand side of the screen, but I can't actually see that. All those bits and bobs that pop up on stream as things they don't normally, at least for me, they don't turn up over here. Well, on the screen I'm looking at, they turn up, which is probably just as well because I'm so easily distracted. That would probably be a disaster. But so yes, I only see the chat if I look over to the right. But hopefully it should be because in the last one, I'm just running around in circles now. I'll stop doing that and actually go and look at something new. I haven't been over here yet, very much. Yeah, there were people chatting with me last session, and obviously nobody could see what they were saying. So I've set it up now so that hopefully it'll be a bit more visible, or visible at all. So it'll make a little bit more sense for people watching on YouTube. But I have no idea if it's going to work. And we have lava. I like lava. Excellent source of energy. But I probably better hadn't fall in. Oh, is that a cherry tree? Please be a cherry tree. Because I either want to find a cherry tree grove or plant my own cherry trees. For, you can't really have a Japanese town without them. Are you cherry? Hill cherry. But you're hill cherry from forestry, which is even better because that means it actually drops cherries. Though I'm personally, I don't think these are hybrids that you'd normally have to do breeding to get. So I think the person who's remaking forestry has actually made a mistake in making them spawn in the world, in my opinion. But that is, of course, up to him. There we go. And as you see, lots of cherries. Lots of saplings. That's lots of... That's a lot of cherries. I'll just replant one here. Oh, I also discovered these tree folk. If they find bare ground, all he's doing it now. Yeah, they wander around fertilizing things, which is all very well. Except there's quite enough wild garlic in this world already. The Spanish Delight mod adds them, and they're blooming everywhere. And I think they spread, so I'm actually trying to murder them all. So the whole place doesn't just become garlic. Much as I love garlic. Let's see. I think there might be a bit of savanna over here. Let's have a look. Savanna. I'm sure it'll switch to tell me in a moment. Yeah, it's savanna. So I'm just going to grab grab an acacia sapling as well while I'm here. Of course, I've gone and run myself out of axe now. So, oh, hang on, that's an oak tree anyway. Let's leave that alone. There we go, acacia. Because it's very good, but for mine colonies, it's really, really useful to have access to all the different sorts of wood, because it is very specific about what it wants when it's building things. I don't know why I even bother making axes. That's really not too hard. What have we got here? Oh, wild red pepper. Let's have a little bit of that. Yeah, there's wild red pepper grows in Savannah, and I think wild green pepper grows in Taiga. Because I was looking through the data files, trying to figure out how to make the garlic grow less, and it doesn't really have a weight, so I couldn't figure that out. But I did see that the garlic only grows in plains. Anyway. There's all sorts of flowers from various mods going on. Mana and Artifice. They all add their little touches. That's Army's Mana and Artifice as well. And these are Botania. Botania has flowers in every single colour. And you can use them for flower magic, which is wonderful stuff. Botania is a great mod. I'm going to enjoy playing around with that. Malum is one I've not played before, but it's adding these runewood trees from time to time, and that's a nice looking wood. I like my mod. I like my tech mods. I like my magic mods. I like my creature mods. There we are. Hello. Anyway, I will, because I've made the mod pack, so I'm sharing it with various friends. So I can certainly, if YouTube lets me link to it, I will link to it. YouTube has been a bit odd with links for me in the past, but I will put that down in the description of this video. But as I said, there's nothing special about it. I'm sure the only thing is it's the mods I particularly want, rather than for many of the other excellent mod packs on CurseForge. Anyway, I'm gonna. As I said, I don't have anything else particularly interesting to show you. I've covered the things that I want my friends to know about. Oh, now his head's popping through the. Go away, Marty. Nobody likes you. Well, yeah, no, I'm gonna leave that alone. He doesn't seem to be getting hurt by it. I'm going to have to deal with him at some point, but he's got 76 health and I don't really fancy it until I've got some better armour. Bees count as creatures, of course, and they do a wonderful job of eating up your creature cap. If you have not risen it. Right, anyway, I'm going to pop myself back in here. I'll probably do another one of these later because I do want to go exploring, looking for somewhere to actually start building properly. But I shall see you all a little later. Thank you for watching.